All right, guys, welcome back to the BNB Professional. And I have a big announcement. All right, I am really giddy right now. I'm excited because we are doing something very, very new here on the BNB Professional. All right, we are now implementing video. All right, I am recording video as we speak. I'm looking at my laptop. For those of you who are on the podcast, I'm looking at my laptop right now and I'm seeing myself record a video. All right. And I'm using riverside.fm. Shout out to Riverside. I can't really recommend them yet because this is my first time using it. So please bear with me. I hope this goes well. I hope you can listen to me well. I am still recording the podcast the way I've done it before, so you should be okay with the audio. But the video, I'm just not sure how it's going to come out. So I don't even know if I'm going to publish this one, but for sure, either this episode or the next or the following, they are going to be going up online. And for sure, if you are on Spotify, I know Spotify has now added video to their podcast. So I'm definitely going to be on Spotify if you're on there, and you can, pull up your phone and watch me there if you want to see my face and see who the fuck is talking to you twice a week. All right. But I'm also going to post it on YouTube. All right. And that YouTube channel is going to be called the BNB Professional. All right. So you can follow that YouTube channel if you prefer YouTube and subscribe to it and all that. So, and I just want to say the reason I'm doing this and I'm taking it to the next level, or I'm trying to take it to the next level, is because of you. All right. No bullshit. All right. No bullshit. In the last 2 months, I've gotten 600 plus downloads on this podcast, and that's all because of you. So from the bottom of my heart, really, thank you so much, for real. It's incredible. It's been an incredible experience. It's been an incredible 2 months doing this podcast. I'm having a lot of fun, and I see a bigger picture for this podcast. So thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your feedback. It's been overwhelmingly pleasant and joyful. So thank you. All right. And because you've been so gracious with me, I am doing this for you. I am adding video now, and in the future, I'm not going to release that. All right. In the future, we're going to be doing some other different types of episodes, but not going to announce it yet. Almost did, but you almost got me, right? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let me know. Go check it out on Spotify. Go check it out on YouTube. Leave some comments. Say what's up to me. DM me. All that good stuff. Subscribe, and keep subscribing to this podcast. Right? Subscribe. Leave some reviews. I haven't seen any reviews. I've seen a couple of reviews. Actually, I've seen a couple of reviews. Shout out to those who have left them. But definitely leave some reviews, because it definitely helps this podcast keep going, man. But thank you again for the downloads. It's very, very motivating. So yeah, anyways, enough about me, enough about the podcast. Let's get into the fucking nitty gritty about this episode, what this episode's about today. And today's episode, we're talking about designing your profits to quit your job. All right. I made you wait long enough. All right. It's been 25 episodes and 3.5 minutes that I just talked my ass off. And now we actually can get into you quitting your job, which is what we're trying to do here. All right. I am here to help you become a BNB professional, meaning that if you want to quit your job, all right, and you don't have to, but if you want to quit your job, for those of you who are trying to quit your job, then I am here to help, man. And it's not only through this podcast. All right. Let's get into my motivate. Like, I feel like we need to motivate some people out there, all right? Because I feel like a lot of you are on the sidelines right now. You guys are watching, are listening. You guys are on the sideline. Everybody's like, yeah, motivated by Airbnb. and they're talking about it, but they're not being about it. All right. So if you are that person that is listening to this podcast, that's following it, that's subscribing, that's even watching my Instagram, if you are on Instagram, and you're liking my stuff, and you're getting this itch of like, oh man, that would be cool if I had an Airbnb and all that stuff, and maybe I'll do this and this and that. Then my message to you is don't fucking wait. All right? Don't fucking wait. This is your fucking moment. All right? There's never going to be a perfect moment. If you want to quit your job, you got to start getting at it today, now. All right? There's no tomorrow. There's no next week. There's no next month. There's no next fucking year. You don't even know if you're going to be here tomorrow. All right? So what the fuck are you waiting for? Really? All right? So, I'm getting, this is my this is not a motivational podcast and a mindset podcast and all that stuff, but sometimes we need to get some fire up in our ass, right? We need somebody to tell us, let's get up, all right? And get out of whatever situation you're in. If you're in a bad situation, you're thinking that Airbnb can be that solution for you. I am telling you that it can. It happened to me. I've done it. And if I can do it, then you can do it as well. All right. It's not that fucking hard. And you got me. All right. You got me. I want to be your mentor. I want to be that person that teaches you how to get out of your job, how to become a BNB professional. All right. This is not a BNB whatever the fuck, right? This is not a BNB slacker, all right? This is the BNB professional, all right? And you got to start conducting yourself like that if you want to quit your job, all right? So I'm talking to you specifically for those of you who are trying to quit your job now. I'm going to tone it down. Let's bring it back down to earth, right? Designing profits. All right. What is designing profits and how is it going to help you quit your job? All right. Designing profits is a profit design is what I learned in a marketing seminar that I went to. All right. I am a freaking nerd, and I went to a marketing seminar just to learn everything about marketing. All right. That's how boring it sounds. It was that fucking boring. It was very exciting for me, but I am just a nerd on marketing. Who the fuck goes to a marketing seminar? I don't know. Me, I do. So they taught us about profit design, and they were teaching e-commerce, right? How to sell a product online. And they made us do this exercise where we saw how many, first we picked out how much money it takes on a monthly basis to quit my job. And then we figured out how many products we need to sell to be able to make that monthly income and quit my job, right? Because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about, all right? I don't want you to be stuck on the BNB side hustle. I want you to become a BNB professional, right? This is not about side hustles. You shouldn't be working 2, 3, 4 fucking jobs, right? Especially those of you who are out here in Miami. I know how it is, man. I've been in the struggle. All right. But yeah, that's basically what profit design is. And this can, if you're not doing this, if you're not writing this down, literally writing it down on a piece of paper, all right, or a notebook, whatever the fuck you want to write it down. All right. If you're not doing this, you're not going to quit your job. All right, because you don't have an end goal. You don't have a vision. You don't have a place, a destination that you're trying to get to. All right, you're just doing half-ass shit. All right, so we definitely want to design our profits and write it down. All right, that's number one. Let's get that out the way. All right, now, like I said, if I can do it, you can do it. And let me show you an example of this actually working. All right, this quarter right now that we're talking about, my quarter in my company ends on June 15th. I'm recording this on June 6th. All right, 2022. So I have a few days, probably 9 days till my quarter ends. at the beginning of this quarter, we set goals for each quarter and we write them down, is what I'm talking about, right? We wrote down how much profit we want to make. How big do I want to grow my company in the next 3 months? And I wrote down 4 new management contracts. That's all I wrote down. I said 4 new management contracts in the next 90 days. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, we got our 4th management contract for this quarter. All right? This shit works. This shit works. All right? The law of attraction is fucking real. All right? For those of you who don't believe in this shit and it's Google, Gaga, blah, 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 then stop listening to this podcast because this is just going to depress you. All right? Me telling you that I just got 4 management contracts is probably going to depress you. All right? But if you, all right, are a thinker that knows that the law of attraction exists, are a positive thinker, are intentional, not necessarily positive. This is not positive Google Gaga shit. All right, this is being intentional with your actions. All right, then if you understand the importance of that, then this is the podcast for you. This is the show for you. Design your profits, write it fucking down, put it on your wall, put it on your vision board, put it on your fucking glasses like I have right here, and put them on there and watch it. Look at it every day. I literally have my goal in my bathroom. So every time I take a fucking piss, I look at that goal. All right. Serious. And it happened. All right. And I've done it over and over and over again. Anyways, going on a fucking rant right now. Really, really big rant. But anyways, profit design. Let's get back to profit design. All right. Now, I said it worked for me. I got 4 new management contracts. Now, how to do your actual profit design. This is where I really, really want you guys to, stop the podcast if you have to, go back, listen to it, write it down. If you're in the car, just be careful. If you need to write something down, you can write it down later. Remember, the podcast isn't going anywhere, or you can pull off to the side and write it down. All right. I'm going to give you, I wrote it down to 6 steps on how you can actually, design your profits. All right. Number one is you have to figure out how much money you need to quit your job. All right. And this is exactly how I quit my job. All right. And actually how I helped my wife quit her job. All right. Because I had quit my job before her. Now, number one is figure out how much you need to quit your job. What is it? Right? What's the number? Right? $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. What is it that you need to quit your job? Now, a word of caution here, right? When you think about how much you want to make, yes, it's always good to be abundant and all that stuff and all that, but we also got to be realistic, right? We're trying to be intentional here. Realistic on the reality of how much you actually need, all right? Now, you may be having, if you have a nice job, you're getting good money, you may have expenses that you can cut out. All right. And if you're not budgeting and all that stuff like that, that's a whole nother episode here, like money management and all that stuff. Make sure you have a budget. You have your expenses is what you're looking for, your exact expenses. All right. And if you've never done a budget, then go ahead and sit down and write down every single fucking expense that you have that goes out of your bank account. It takes a few hours when you first start, but it is so valuable just to start in the whole money management side and growing your money and getting into investments. It starts with the budget. All right. It starts with the budget. There's no way fucking around it. All right. So if you're one of those that doesn't believe in a budget, then you're fucking up, bro, for real. So anyways, figure out your expenses. All right. Figure out your exact expenses and figure out what you can cut out first. Right? What you can cut out? What are you splurging on? Right? That fucking Netflix account, right? The Amazon Prime, even the gym account that you're not fucking going to, right? all those things that you can cut out, and even bigger expenses, man. Are you paying too much for a fucking lease? Why are you driving a Mercedes right now? You know what I'm saying? Cut those back, see what you can cut out, right? And figure out, all right? And maybe, you know, don't wait to cut it out. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm going to cut my lease, so I'll wait 6 months to figure out my expenses. No. Look into the future and say, well, I can cut this out, I can cut that out, I can cut this out, I can cut that out. And then say, okay, well, now we got a real number of saying, this is how much I need, the minimum amount that I need to pay all what we call the most important expenses. I call it the 4 walls. If you've ever heard of Dave Ramsey or whatever, I recommend getting the total money makeover. I'll make sure to put a link below in the description. But yeah, he just listen to his just go through his budgeting system. The investment shit and all that is crap. But if he knows how to budget, all right, so he'll teach you how to do that. Anyways, figure that out. All right, figure the least amount, and he calls it the 4 walls. All right, which is the 4 walls is literally the most important thing just to fucking survive as a human being, right? Your shelter, your transportation, your food, and your clothing. All right, and then you're probably gonna have a couple other things that are important for you to just get by. All right, that's the number that we want to get to. Once you figure that out, that's number 1. Then we're gonna figure out how much money can we make as an Airbnb professional to cover those expenses. All right, so figure out that number. Let's say it's $5,000. I'm gonna go with $5,000 for this example. All right. Now, the second thing you do. This is number 2. All right. Number 2 is I want you to go to airdna.co. Airdna.co. All right. You can also go to my property analyzer. All right, the BNB Property Analyzer, and go and do the actual comparables and manually and all that stuff, which is just a more in-depth analysis. But you don't fucking need that for this, all right? But for those of you who are freaking analyzers and, you know, my engineers out there that overanalyze this shit, you can go to the BNB Property Analyzer and use both. Use AirDNA and BNB Property Analyzer. But you honest to God, you do not need to do the BNB Property Analyzer. I'm not doing this to fucking promote my website or anything. I'm talking about, let's just figure out a quick way, because we want a ballpark. We want a ballpark of how much we're gonna make, because this Airbnb stuff, especially if you're doing a management contract, 20%, 10%. 30%, whatever you're charging, it's going to fluctuate, especially with high and low seasons. All right. So we kind of want a ballpark, and the AirDNA can do that job, right? AirDNA.co is what's going to do that job. So I want to go to airdna.co, and I'm going to input my city. All right. For me, it was Miami. I've done this before I started recording, but I go to Miami. All right. And I put in just Miami. I think what the first splash page is just put in your city or zip code or whatever. Put in a city though. Don't put in a zip code. Put a city. I put in Miami, and then go and find. It's gonna give you the average daily rate. That's what you're looking for. The average daily rate. All right. In Miami, I think it was like 230 something, 237 or something like that. Which is pretty nice for Miami, right? But you're going to get that number. You won't miss it. It's going to be right there in the first page. And then, that's number 2. Number 3, you're also going to get, and that same page, don't leave that page, you're going to go and get the occupancy rate. It's right next to the average daily rate. You're not going to miss it, all right? Occupancy rate. And if it's higher than 70%, just use 70%. All right, 70%, because 70% is how I do all my analysis, because that's a pretty conservative occupancy rate. It's fairly easy to get year round, right? 70%. But if it's higher, like in Miami, it's like 75, then I'll just say, hey, I'll use 70. Now, if it's significantly lower, not, if it's 65, use 70, right? But if it's significantly lower, like, so you get, I don't know, you get like 50% or 45% or something like that, then you want to kind of bring it down from 70%, right? Because that means your numbers are going to be skewed. All right. But if it's around 70%, just use 70. All right. What does 70% occupancy rate mean? 70% occupancy rate, right, means that you get 21 days out of a 30-day month. All right. That's 70%. 30. We go off a 30 calendar month. Yes, obviously some months have 31, whatever, but I just used 30. All right. And then 70% of 30 is 21. All right. So 21 is the amount of days that need to get booked for that month for you to get 70% occupancy. All right. So we're going to go off of, you're looking at AirDNA, you find the occupancy rate, make sure that it's around 70%. We're going to use 70% for this example and for when you're doing your profit design. And then, just note, write it somewhere, right? 21 days is 70% of a 30-day calendar month. Now, what you're going to do, step 3, right? This is step 3. You're going to multiply the average daily rate that you found in step 2, step 2. I'm sorry, this is step 4. You're going to multiply the average daily rate, all right, that you found in step 2, all right, and you're going to multiply it by step 3 with the occupancy, which is 21 days, all right. So for this example, let's say it's $200, all right, it's $200 average daily rate. Let me pull out the calculator real quick. $200 times 21, right? Times 21. Sorry, $200 times 21. All right, so that's $4,200 a month. All right, that's gross revenue that you can make off of your booking. All right, so you find that number out, right? Let's say it's 4,200, and the next thing you're going to do, step 5. All right, step 5. You're going to figure out what your cut is out of that. All right. So the way you figure that out is whatever you're going to charge as a co-host or property manager. All right. Whatever you're going to charge for as a co-host or property manager, I'm charging 20%. So I'm going to use 20%. All right. 4,200. Let's keep using the same number. 4,200. All right. And now I'm going to multiply that times 20%. All right, that's $840. $840. All right, that is my cut. All right, that is my cut, $840. Now, the next step, all right, is you're gonna figure out how much you need to quit. I'm sorry. You already know how much you need to quit your job. Let's say it's $5,000, right? That was step 1. The last step, the sixth step is you divide how much you need to quit your job, your number, by this number. Okay? The $840 that we just figured out. All right, which is our cut. And this you can say is your cut per listing. All right, let's say you're going to get $840 a month per listing. All right, which is it's a little in the Miami market. I mean, it depends how big your units are. If I'm going to be frank, we'll talk about it in a bit. All right, but yeah, just take that $5,000 and we're going to divide it by 840. So I'm going to do this right now on my phone. And all right, so that's 5.9 listings, six listings. That's all I need. 6 listings is what I would need to quit my job to get my $5,000 a month. All right, and 6 listings is not hard at all. All right, not hard at all. All right, we can show you how to do that. I can show you how to do that. And what I was going to say is that, 840, it's probably a little bit higher, right? It's probably a little bit higher depending on how big the units are for you. If it's a 1 to 2 bedroom, in Miami, you can make $4,200 a month if depending on the area. Some of our units are doing that, but if it's a smaller like studio unit, maybe you're making closer to $3,000 a month gross, right? But you're taking 20% of that. So, anyways, so I'm just want to be kind of give you a ballpark figures here, right? Now, I can show you how to get that next listing, because I know you're probably right now getting excited and you're like, well, shoot, like how many fucking Airbnbs do I need to quit my fucking job? I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna do this, or you're home right now and you're fucking doing this, you're stopping this video, whatever the fuck you're at, right? And you're figuring it out, right? And you're seeing that, hey, it doesn't take that fucking much to get out of your fucking job, okay? Now, your next question is, how the fuck do I get my next Airbnb? All right? How do I grow this side hustle big enough to be able to become a BNB professional and quit my job? Right? Yes, that's what I said, and that's what I did. I've done it, and I want to show you. All right? So, if you want to learn how to get your next Airbnb listing, go to bnbsidehustle.com. That's BNB, B as in boy, N as in Nancy, B as in boy, sidehustle.com, and get the ebook. All right. If you haven't noticed, all right, and for those of you who have listened to the end of this podcast, thank you, because you're going to get a nice little, right? A nice little present, right? Which is the ebook and my announcement that I am doing an ebook. All right. I've already kind of been posting a little bit on Instagram, but I am doing an ebook and it's called Your Next Airbnb. All right. A guide to generating leads for your Airbnb side hustle. That's what I'm calling it. All right. Your Next Airbnb. It's a guide to generating leads for your next Airbnb side hustle. And I am going to be releasing this ebook in June. All right. And sometime in June, if you go to the website, you're going to see the release date. All right. But right now we're doing a waiting list. So if you want to be one of the first for me to send you a free copy to your email, then go to bnbsidehustle.com right now. All right. If you're in the car, please turn over, turn off the road. All right. And do it. But go to BNB Side Hustle, sign up for that ebook, and you're going to be one of the first ones to get it before I even release it to the public. You're going to get it a week before. All right. So yeah, man. And this ebook is going to be all about marketing strategies to build a property management company, a co-hosting company, which is what I recommend to start in Airbnb, especially right now in this day where the buying prices are fucking insane. The rental prices are insane. So rental arbitrage is out of the fucking question. Plus, there's so much fucking competition of investors buying and investors doing rental arbitrage that, dude, be smart. Be where the people are not at, right? Go to the property, become a property manager, become a co-host. And you can do this starting in your 9 to 5, all right? In your 9 to 5, you can do it. I promise you, that's how I did it. Well, I actually did it. I started with rental arbitrage, but I started as a side hustle is what I'm trying to say, all right? But if I were to do it all over again, I would do it as a property manager, not a rental arbitrager, all right? So this ebook is me explaining exactly how I get our next Airbnb. All right. This quarter, like I said, we got 4. All right. We got 4 new Airbnbs. And this ebook's going to show you exactly how I did it and what strategies I'm using and what other strategies out there you can use to build your property management company. So this is something different in the industry, right? People are teaching rental arbitrage. They're teaching how to buy Airbnbs. I'm teaching you that you can start getting cash flow right now. Get the fuck out of your job. Build a good amount of cash flow. Start saving that money. When this fucking market goes down, right? Then you can do your fucking arbitrage or buy your properties or whatnot, because now you're gonna have a good amount of income monthly that if you lose your money on arbitrage or in an investment deal, you're gonna be fine because you have your management contracts to, back you up. All right. It's pretty consistent and pretty stable money, especially if you're doing a great service for your investor. For your owner, you'll be fine, right? And it's great fucking business model. So I am actually going to teach you in this ebook the actual marketing strategies that we use to get our next Airbnb. So I'm not teaching you how to do Airbnb. I'm not teaching you rental arbitrage. I'm not doing all that. That's for later down the road. Because I want to teach you what you guys are stuck on. And everybody that I'm talking to right now is saying, where the fuck do I get my next Airbnb? Where do I get my next Airbnb? Well, this is fucking it, man. This is it. Start with your co-hosting. Start with property management as a side hustle. Or if you're doing it right now and you already have a listing or 2 and you're looking for your next one, we'll get good at marketing and start getting good on figuring out how to get your next one. All right. This is what I'm trying to teach you, man. So anyways, I'm trying to make it easy for you. All right. I've made it easy for you. And all you got to do is start hustling. Start hustling. You can do this. You can. If you're sitting on your 9-to-5 job, if you're listening to me, if you're liking my shit, all right, my fucking content, thank you. I appreciate you. I salute you. But this is not for me and my fucking pride, okay? And fucking likes on and fucking reviews. No. All right? That shit helps to get out to more people, but I am focused on you and helping you grow your fucking business. All right? But I need your help. All right. I need you to put from your part. All right. I need you to do your part. So get off your fucking ass. Stop making fucking excuses. All right. And let's get it. Let's fucking get it. Let's start fucking hustling. Every day I'm hustling, baby. Let's go. All right, man. I hope you like this episode. I went a little long into it because I got a little passionate. All right. I think this is something that can fucking help, really, man. Help somebody. If I can just help one person quit their job, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to die happy. All right. So, yeah, man. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, share it, man. Share it with somebody. Share it with somebody who's fucking thinking of quitting their job and they don't fucking understand what to do. Well, this is the fucking opportunity. This is one of the opportunities of the century. All right. For us millennials, for us Gen Zers. This is one of the opportunities of the century. Airbnb is growing at an incredible rate and it's still fucking growing. All right. Hop on it now before it's too fucking late. All right. This is Kevin Bryant Ramirez. I am out until the next one. Thank you for listening to the BNB Professional, and I'll see you guys on the next episode 27. Peace.